wanting and looking hungrier than ever. But, as I say that, the creeping thought of Alter slips into my mind and they score the first goal. I mean, what more? I mean, maybe I've just put the worst caster curse on in the history of caster cursing.
Well, you know what? Game one of the lower final was madness. And perhaps the madness begins right here, right now. 5 seconds, we see the first goal. And I wouldn't be surprised if EXOLON smash this kickoff and get an almost immediate counter and equalizing goal. Endrick's trying to do just that. He's got the touch in front, but it is cleared. And the immediate kickoff goal is out. But no, they're not done yet. Oh, the save away. Endrick's not done. EXOLON are pushing incredibly hard. They want this back immediately.
And I submit the difference between Micah Faction and Alter is how good Alter's defense has looked throughout this whole season. Very rarely you see mistakes made as B-Shake almost brute forces his way to a second goal. In the end, it isn't going to work out as EXOLON able to clear their lines at the last second. They're back onto the offensive position. B-Shake with a lovely pinch actually is going to quell that very quickly. Xavion caught it in his corner. His initial flick, but leaves it for John to put it towards the center. His teammate Ozone was there for the shot. B-Shake's going to go up, puts it nicely played. And what a finish from B-Shake.
Clip it, clip it, clip it. That was lovely stuff there. B-Shake getting the play. Oh, it was an own goal in the end. Oh dear, I missed that. Maybe not the clip. Oh dear. But it is a 2-goal lead for Alter.
Alter will be praying at that Alter very, very soon with the way that they're playing. Is John looking to force the issue once again? He goes up, finds a shot, looking for the double tap. Oh, that could have been something very tasty. Eventually, it's going to go to a counter attack with Avion slotting it in. And finally, EXOLON find an answer back after a squeaky moment. With John unable to find his finish.
All right, so EXOLON back in. Early evidence, though, here tells me that Alter are the more organized team of the two. And that might just be because EXOLON haven't settled into the final yet. I mean, this is a huge moment. So, of course, there's going to be a little bit of tension, a little bit of nerves, but they've got to get settled because Alter just look the more threatening team. And as I say that, perhaps an equalizing goal. Hendrick into the... It's the rebound is put away. Level game.
I can't breathe. I thought that was going in B-Shake with a heroic save. At the end of the day, it's going to lead to an equalizer. And this is the first season Prospect. I mean, this is a season where Prospect really has taken on a new look. Looking absolutely incredible, these two sides. And looking at EXOLON, they are really hungry right now. They are pushing the side of Alter to the brink. They'll be able to tie things up, but 3 minutes on the clock. A lot of Rocket League still left to play in this game, number one. Oh my word, we in for a treat if it's anything to go by from what we see in first place off the bat. Looking for Avion, Avion with a shot. A little bit too slow as John's able to get back to it, and the rotation needed to come out, but Avion's going to find the demo on John to slow it down, but not the best of touches. Forces Floaster to have to get that one back, but John coming off respawn in the right place. B-Shake can't find the redirector, and Avion's able to put it to his own corner. A bit of panic from both these sides as the shot goes air wide. B-Shake can't follow it up either, and now it's Alter's turn to really find openings against the EXOLON armor.
You know, all my waffling leading up to the second EXOLON goal about the team having to settle, they've certainly done that now, and they are fully into this. And, you know, we kind of hyped up the sort of epic nature of the two number one teams coming up against each other, and it's starting to live up to that. And I was speaking up Alter and their organized play, but my word, EXOLON are matching them at every turn now, and Alter not having the free reign they had early in the game one.
Oh, what a coming out! That bump was ginormous. Endrick with the initial touch, he then lands and goes and absolutely takes out John from the play, and it allows Endrick to slot it in, and just like that, at the just nigh the 2-minute mark, EXOLON have taken the lead. And this side, they look so good on offense, and Alter, they're going to have to start polishing up their defense a little bit more as almost the fourth goal goes in.
My word, it took them a little while to get going, EXOLON in this game, but now that they are looking devastatingly good, although there might be a return here. No, Floster will get up and will get the touch away. But it's been a good second half here, and yeah, Ulta, they're gonna figure out how they get themselves back, because right now they're staring down 3 unresponded goals.
Really are, and right now, EXOLON, they're wanting to stamp their mark in the grand final early. It's a great redirect from Avion. A bit of a whiff coming out. Ozon had to get back to that. And the whiff from Alta, not something we've seen, Greybeards, at all, I think, on this side. After casting them throughout the playoffs so far, but a potential opportunity there isn't capitalized on by John. Ozon's going to put the shot on. It's saved out by Floster this time, and he's going to follow with a touch of his own. And Jake does get the one around one. Floster's going to go and put a shot early just to force John to jump, and it gives Avion the time to come off respawn and facilitate the next attack along with Endrick. However, B-Shake wanting to be a nuisance like he's done so well in these playoffs. However, it's just so much time for this side of EXOLON to break out of their own half. It looks like Ulta just can't find the moment to pressure them.
Yeah, well, they were looking very organized in that opening minute and a half. But now I think with EXOLON having stepped up their pace and how good they've looked, it has completely thrown Ulta off their game, and they just can't get that organization going that they had going in that first minute and a half. And when they try and get out of their half, it is EXOLON there just to kind of suck the air out of the play and the movement forward. And this is going to be an astonishingly good opening performance from EXOLON, who were under the cosh in the first minute and a half of that game. But my word, did they settle down and settle down magnificently. And they take game 1, 3-2.
13 shots for EXOLON, only 9 for the side of Ulta. EXOLON, and I think somebody said it in chat, these 3 players are playing incredibly well. Few mistakes happening, and Avion leading the charge this time, finding his 2 goals, but he was all goals were assisted
in them to do it. They just got to figure it out and make it happen.
Completely agree with you. These 2 teams at the top of their conferences for a reason. It's now really to show the time to show that in this grand final. Jake here trying to make something happen. He's definitely been an absolute MVP of this grand playoff so far for his side, but not able to make anything work there. John's going to cut out in the midfield. Avion's going to be up to meet it early, but Ozon's going to find a free touch. Decides to take it over 1. He's going to look for the double tap. He's going to read it. No, he isn't, but John's going to be there for the shot. It's a bit high as well. Those sort of opportunities can't be missed. However, 2 players from the side of EXOLON with the clearance. Eventually, Floster comes back with another save. You have to say it. Ulta really missing a prime time opportunity there.
Yeah, that's such a danger sign when that sort of thing starts to happen. I mean, they should have... They should have put one of those away. I mean, they were looking good. They did all the work to get up in front of the line and then not to get that ball over. But they have another opportunity here. Ozon's up, can't find the connection. John is coming at the ball sideways, a little ambitious, but he does get a touch on it. It does mean that the ball is still in an attacking position for Ulta. And the double committed defense maybe opens it up, but a dunk from Endrick, who is such an MVP for this team, keeps it away, and finally they break the shackles and have time to breathe.
And what a showing from both these sides, and right now EXOLON's defense really being the testing point of this game. It's hold fast so far, touch wood, as the shot does go flying forward. It's off the backboard once again. Endrick's going to take that away. Can he do anything with it? Decides just to pop it high, forcing B-Shape to jump and buying his teammates time. Off the backboard it goes again. Endrick is up, the shot is on, but it's just a bit wide. John was there by the looks of it to cover it. However, it is now the side of Ulta to counter attack, but Avion with the dunk, and Avion finds the opening goal.
Yeah, what a sniped goal here. Floster doing very well to get the intercept there. B-Shake passing it to Ozon. Ozon being a little lackadaisical, and Avion punishing brutally and getting the goal.
I mean, you know, you're South African, I'm South African, we follow rugby, and I think there's a lot of times in rugby where they say, calm your mind down, you know, be calm, be collected, and then you'll be able to do your best performance. But there are times where you become too calm and too collected, and you get punished because of it, and that was a moment just there in Rocket League doing exactly that. Too calm, too collected, but a double bump comes out. Fortunately for the side of EXOLON, Endrick was there to pick up the pieces. Right now, the side of Alta, they've got a plethora of shots to their name, but a triple commit onto that ball could be dangerous. Yeah, Alta really are struggling to break the line of defense that Alta's putting up.
Yeah, well, you know what? They're doing magnificent work getting themselves into the final third and then letting them down with shots going high or wide, and the ones that are on target being far too soft and too easy to save. Oh, this could be a disaster! It is a disaster! It's an own goal! Oh, no! And the pain out here for Alta. Ozan is having a shocker.
Oh, son! Oh, dear! That was painful to watch. He's yet to break 100 points as well. Truly struggling in this game. And granted, he may be the highest goal scorer for his side, but it's on the wrong net right now. Bishek trying to link up with John, and a great pass from Bishek is going to give John that goal and subsequently put them back to a 1-goal deficit. And this is what we like from Alta, the passing plays. It's something they've been incredible at throughout the season, and it's finally coming to bear fruit and rear its head in this grand final.
Yeah, and you know, maybe they can get back to that organized look they had in the opening 90 seconds of the first game that got them the 2 goals, and maybe that settles them in the same way that EXOLON took a bit of time to settle in that last game. And then, but you know, once they scored one, they looked fantastic. A flip reset here, John with the save, the clear away, a nervy moment. A minute 45, plenty time for Alta to get things, to right the ship here and get themselves back into this game. Ozan looking like he wants to make up for that disastrous own goal. Does well to keep the ball over in the half. There's going to be a shot to the open net. John gets a second. And you know what? Credit to Ozan there. He was very involved in the play, not just in that dunk there, but in the build-up to it. And perhaps now has righted the wrong of his own goal.
What a setup it was. Ozan definitely correcting his mistakes. And we're back to this stalemate. Alta now having the momentum on their side, being the most recent scoring team. John trying to fire a shot up, but Hendrik is going to meet it. Trying to go again. However, Ozan being really quick to the ball, trying to find something for his team. Unable to do so as Avion eventually find the clearance with some help from his teammates. Hendrik, though, fires towards the backboards. Ozan is up already. Avion is going to try and turn to keep the attack alive, but he whiffs on the ball. Ozan opportunity to send it down the field, but Float is going to be there first. As Ozan, you could see him looking for the bump and demo onto Hendrik. Rear flying cross. Ozan with a brilliant catch, trying to fake it out, but Avion's just going to brute force his way into that ball and take that away from a dangerous place.
I love how this game has mirrored game 1 with the team taking the early 2. But you know what? Hendrik completely undoing what I was just about to say, getting his team back in front. And man, when he has a good game, his team have a good game.
I mean, is there a doctor in chat? Because honestly, somebody needs to come have a look at some ankles on the side of Alta, as Hendrik has been completely busy. What a finish it was, and with 30 seconds remaining, it is looking like a scary moment for the side of Alta. As EXOLON looking to press once again. Hendrik leading the charge, looking to go off the ceiling. No, he doesn't. Decides to try and stay with the ball. Does meet B-Shake instead, as the ball now bouncing towards the center of the net. A bit of a team bump comes out, but John and Ozan hesitating momentarily is going to slow down their attack. But with 10 seconds remaining, the ball is bouncing precariously in the EXOLON half. A huge demo from John. He gets the flick over to B-Shake. Got for the finish, but Ozan's there. He missed his. No! And that may well be it. EXOLON will take game number 2.
And you know what? Credit to EXOLON. They found a way to win that game. But in my mind, more than EXOLON winning that game, Alta lost that game. We saw it early on. They had opportunity after opportunity. Their shots going wide. Their shots on target being too soft. And my goodness, the dying seconds, that game should have been equalized. We should have been watching an overtime right now. They've got to get it together. Clearly, they've got the capacity.
This is for us.
Well, we did say that, you know, in a best of 7, even losing 2 is not a catastrophe. But losing 3 is pretty damn close. So they want to turn the ship around like right now. But it's EXOLON looking for an opening goal. They want to take first blood. They want to push Alta back onto their back foot as quick as possible. But Ozan going to have a crack at net. But again, with no venom, but the rebound, John, who has been their goal scorer tonight, does find the net. they take first blood.
John, he's been relatively quiet in the games 1 and 2, but this may well ignite the spark needed for him to wake up and start slotting the goals in. He's so known for 1-0 in just 21 seconds. Alta looking like to finally have welcomed their way into this grand final, but EXOLON, you know how good they've been on offense, you can't count them out just yet. Flosser trying to find the passer over to his teammates, unable to be completed as the save did come out from Ozan, who's really stepped up his game after that initial mistake in game number 2. Oh, what a finish.
Flowster, who will level it up?
Flowster, truly flow state. Hendrik, though, being that facilitator, winning the 50-50 onto B-Shake. He's definitely shaken up, and EXOLON right back into this game, tying at 1 apiece. Still 4 minutes, 16 seconds left on the clock. It is all to play for. Ozan trying to do something. He links up with John, who sends it to the corner. Hendrik actually puts it back on towards B-Shake's car, but gets bumped into the block. Fortune favouring him in just this moment, and Avion going to play it over one. Flowster's going to force a 50, Hendrik's going to force a 50-50 even. He does come out on top, but can't recuperate to get the touch, but a missed touch from Flowster's going to give B-Shake a plethora of time. Decides to bounce it off, and a huge demo onto Avion.
Oh my word, I very little gets me more excited than a demo play like we've just seen. Ozan timed to perfection. It was magnificent, and it is Altar back in front.
Have that lead. Can they hold on to it? That's the big question. Ozan's going to miss the early air dribble attempt. Avion's going to take it away, but straight into the bonnet of B-Shaker. Tries to go for the catch. It's a great catch indeed. Looking to try and play around Flowster, but he's able to stay with it. Brilliant work from B-Shaker. Ozan was there for the shot, but Hendrik too fast the ball. Flowster now trying to break out of his own half, but this time Alta really locking down this midfield, better than what we've seen so far in this series.
I was just about to say they're starting to look far more organized, but that little whiff is putting them under massive pressure. Fortunately, the shot from Avion goes high and wide and puts it out of danger, at least for the moment. Flowster now looking for a bump. John gets in front, but it is still sort of loose and awkward in front of their net. Oh, and Hendrik undoes his mate. He does get round and get back on it and put it back into an attacking position.
Great job from the side of Alta to quell what EXOLON were conjuring up. Eventually a long clearance does come in from Flowster, trying to set up Avion and Hendrik, who've been such a formidable duo up front. The ball goes back into the red half. Flowster gets a bit of an awkward touch, forcing Avion to pinch it off his own backboard into his own corner, and he's going to be there for the follow-up, but John way too quick to the party. Flowster once again forced to make another save onto his backboard again. B-Shake trying to make something happen, placed into the corner. Avion going to find the clearance, met by John, who actually puts it across the field. Fortunately for him, B-Shake quick to the pounce, and Flowster though going to send it back into the blue half. Can he find a shot here? He can, and it's well and truly deep into the blue goal.
Yeah, you know, this was so well done by Flowster, though. His patience on the ball, waiting to see how it developed. On the negative side, defensive side, I'm not sure why Alta were waiting so long to try and come out and challenge that ball. You know, coaches will often tell you that you in Rocket League you have more time than you think you do. Is that going to be another? No, Ozan gets there. And I just get the feeling that Alta are playing like they have no time. And I think they got to take a breath on their ball. They don't need to rush it as much as they're doing it, because when they take a moment, they look really good and really organized.
Very, very true. Not many teams can match the pace that EXOLON play at, and I think that may well be the cusp of what is drawing Alta back. Some shots go on. They're both wide to the right for the side of EXOLON. Hendrik has no boost to work with, and so subsequently that attack's going to be stopped in its tracks. Avion a little bit of space. They look for the pass over to Flowster, but it's just over the top of Ozan. The ball goes high towards the backboard of EXOLON. But Avion trying to panic save that away. Eventually does find the clearance. It's going to go straight back into the pile of Alta cars. Bit of a double commit comes out, but a great finish from Hendrik, this man who's been unstoppable.
Yeah, and look at this. I mean, as that replay happens, that blue corner is so overpopulated. You know, every citizen of the Alta side hanging out in the blue corner, no one getting back in defense. But having said that, Hendrik is such an impact player, such an anchor, solid player for this EXOLON side.
I mean, maybe COVID broke out on the rest of the field and Ultra were just trying to isolate themselves in that corner. I don't know, but they definitely isolated and they definitely gave room for Hendrik to slot that in. Now they have a 3-2 lead with a minute left, just under a minute left on the clock. However, this could be the equalizer, and as I'm talking, John does that. Avion kind of caught flat-footed on defense.
They were Floster, and you know what? There we go. A little bit of panic defense, and as composed as he was in scoring that third goal, he was a little flustered in defense, not sure which way to flip and send that ball, ultimately not getting a good touch on it at all, allowing the opening into the goal. B-Shake with an important 50 there. He has an opportunity to make something happen. Avion touches, but into an awkward position, but John will put it high, and a demo in defense might just relieve some pressure.
Definitely does. Hendrik, though, was the one with the demo and the one trying to force the counter-attack, but it isn't going to do anything for them. B-Shake leaves it for John to put it across the goal. What a dunk from John! Doesn't go in, unfortunately for him. Ultra trying their best to keep their game alive here. It's 3 apiece. We could be staring down the barrel for the double tap. He can't finish it, but nor can B-Shake. The misses for Ultra cursing them throughout this series so far. Ozon trying to do his best as well. Ball goes to the corner by Avion's touch. It is still up in the air. Dangerous as John is there. John with the shot, but the save from Avion.
Oh my, almost a 0-second finish, but we are in a Game 3 overtime, a 6-goal overtime. So these have not been low-scoring games. A healthy amount of goals, a miss. Surely this is a finish. Ozon will finish, but what a catastrophic mistake in defense. And Altar are back in the series.
Hendrik, he's been so good, but where on earth did that whiff come from? He's been so clinical with the touches. It sinks my ship of my prediction completely.
Well, you know what? Certainly part of it. The main thrust of the prediction still intact, but we'll see how things progress. But what a oh man! You know, we've all had these moments, Hops, where you have you're doing great, and then you have like at least 2 games, maybe 3, where the team with the most shots is losing because they're getting the shots but not the goals. So that's an area, if they can tighten up on that, get a little bit more accurate, a little bit more power on their shots. Oh my word, what's going on in midfield? Everyone's having a go at missing.
It does look like the nerves and stress is catching up to a couple of these players. You can see the intensity of all their gameplay is costing them to miss, but Hendrik, can he do anything with it? Plays off the bubble, can't find the double touch. Ozon is there to take it away. He's going to go himself, and Flos is going to decide to challenge early. Looks for a teammate. Hendrik can't find the read, unfortunately. And subsequently, it's going to allow the side of Ultra to have a little bit of breathing room on defense as B-Shape looking to find a counter-attack. It's a great touch, I believe, from Hendrik. That was Floster's on the rotation back, and now the side of Ultra looking to press their advantage here, but it is stopped very quickly, and Hendrik is going to be there. And is that another whiff, Greybeard?
It was either a top draw fake or a catastrophic whiff. Hendrik with the touch here. Ozon, I don't. He wasn't faked out there. He just completely misread the line and whiffs it. And I get the feeling that on both sides of the field here, we're seeing a little bit of the teams trying to they're sacrificing their accuracy in pursuit of some speed and pace.
Yeah, definitely not something you want to do. Keep those touches purposeful and keep them clean. At the end of the day, it's costing you games. It cost the side of EXOLON the previous matchup. Could it be here costing the side of Ultra this time? Ozon definitely has been a player who has been either outstanding or seemed to have struggled. It doesn't seem to have any sort of in-between at this moment. Definitely looking for him to rebound after that mistake. 3 minutes 20 on the clock. B-Shape looking to put the pressure. Does find the pass in the center. Look for Ozon, but it is taken away by Avion, who's been mightily impressive as well. Floster looking to link up with his teammate. Eventually finds a clearance into the opposite blue corner. It's going to be Hendrick up there first, finds the dunk, but straight into a clearance. That's going to give John a little bit of space. Decides to go for the early touch instead of the control. Interesting decision indeed, but it has facilitated Ozon for a potential building attack here. B-Shake's touch is going to go a bit AWOL, and that midfield press is starting to build for the side of EXOLON.
Oh, yeah, and the dunk almost succeeding there. It goes into the corner. Now Bishay, Avion, he loves sniping those shots, dispossessing his opponents who are trying to call the ball. There's been a pinch. Avion will get the credit, but oh, man. Oh, it was brutal, and they are 2 goals ahead.
Mistakes again, but I don't think that mistake really can be teed down to a lapse of concentration. I think more can be teed down to the fact that that was quite unfortunate on the side of Alta. Now 2 goals down. They're going to have to start producing things. We've only just hit the halfway marker, so a lot of time left to play, Greybeard. But EXOLON looking to maintain their momentum and maintain the form that they've been forming in.
Yeah, well, they're just trying to suffocate the Alta team now, but half a game to go, so... important that Ulta realize they've got time. They don't need to panic. They don't need to snatch. They can build up their plays. They can have the build-up play. They don't need to be just booming, looking for the goal from the midway point or from their own goal line. There's a double commit in attack here. If Ozon can get a good touch, there might be an open net on the other side. It goes to the wall, which will give EXOLON time to rotate back. And they might still have something going here if they've got the boost and the players to push forward.
And it's something that is coherently transparent of the EXOLON team, is that they seem to do double commit quite often, or even triple commit, but they are so quick on their recovery, it seems to prevent it from going anywhere or any place dangerous. Ozon is going to play off the backboard, looks for the demo onto Flowster, but neither of his teammates there to actually capitalize on the open goal. Bishek is going to fire a shot. Flowster is going to get there just in the nick of time. A bit of an awkward touch. And he's going to put the side of EXOLON on the back foot once again. The ball going to be floating dangerously. But again, nobody there for the side of Alta to follow up on another shot.
Yeah, but at least they're getting it. I think this is positive for them. But their downside has got no time. Hendrick coming in and making sure nothing comes there, because the player was, I think it was B-Shake, ready to just turn it into the goal. And so far, EXOLON have shut out Alta, and they've got to hold on for just another 50 seconds. Alta, in the meantime, as much as they've had opportunity going forward, struggling still with getting it complete once they find themselves in front of the EXOLON net.
Yeah, I mean, I spoke about how clinical the side of Alta were when they played against Micah Faction, but that is really not being at all apparent against this EXOLON roster. And with the time ticking, it's becoming more and more desperate for them to find a goal, let alone an equalizer. As that ball rolling towards the net is dangerous. Fortunately for them, Ozon was back in time to mitigate that. Clock is ticking. They have to score now on this attack if they want a shot taken to an equalizer. The whiff does come out with Avion's touch. That is going to be it. EXOLON, they will go on to match point of the first best of 7 in this grand finals.
My word, and the shot count has collapsed on either side. We've gone from these stellar shot counts, 8, 9, 10, 12, 13 shots a game by a single team, and now it's 4 and 2, a total of 6 shots by both teams throughout the game. But it is the team with the most shots this time, EXOLON, with the 2 goals. Alta completely shut out, and they got one back, but the old saying about, are you afraid of the finish line? And of course, EXOLON have to win 2 of these, but the first, and it's a major part of their journey to win the grand final, is in their sight. Well, they crouch and cringe in the sight of the finish line. Hendrick says, I don't think so. He's presented with an opportunity through a defensive mistake and bangs it home. 9 seconds, they have the lead.
Hendrick was just ridiculous. I can't believe what is going on right now. He's been an absolute stellar player. Is this a kickoff goal?
Yeah.
It is! Alta crushed? I don't know what is going on here, Greybeards.
Well, they've answered my first question. Are the nerves? Will they falter with the nerves? On the evidence of the first 13 seconds, definitely not. And they've got 2 goals. If they were nervous, those nerves are gone. All the tension, the anxiety, the nerves sit with Ulta. They have a mountain to climb. They're 2 goals and 2 games behind, and just don't seem to have a way through yet. Again, they find themselves in front of the EXOLON net, but not finishing. They've got to find a way to finish, Hops.
Right, they do, and EXOLON, they're whiffing touches in front of their own net, and that surely should lead to goals if you're on the side of Ulta, but it just isn't, and we're onto the same scoreline of what the previous game ended in, and that's so scary. And granted, there's much more time in this game, but a third one going in, and it is Endrick again. He's found 2 goals in 2 shots. This man truly is unstoppable, and I mean, EXOLON, they just seem to have every single answer to what Ulta's trying to produce here.
Well, any hopes I had of getting to bed at a decent hour seem to be evaporating. Looks like we're going to be strapping in for another best of 7. The way things are going, unless Ulta, the best thing they've got going for them right now is they have 4 minutes, plenty time. But they got to change the way they're being run ragged out there at the moment.
And EXOLON, they've scored 5 goals across these 2 games to the Ulta 0, and John had a prime opportunity there to put that finish in, but he yet to close out across that goal line. Ozan trying to do something with his team. John is going to be waiting there, goes up forward, wins the 50-50. Dangerous scenario here, but Floster way too quick to the ball. V-Shake caught napping a momentary there in the air. Ozan puts across the field, looking for John. Can't find John as Floster comes in the nick of time, and their fleece actually going to get another touch, forcing Ozan to play it towards his backboard.
Oh man, it's just not happening for them out there at the moment. Ulta, whatever they try, they're getting there just a little bit too late. They're getting a touch which is going a little bit too wide. They're getting a shot that's just going a little too soft. It's that kind of series for them. They're extending over. They're extending too far. Endrick gets a hat-trick, which he is no less than he deserves for the work he's put in for this team. 4-0, and it is a riot. It's an EXOLON riot out there.
I mean, riot, I think, is the best descriptive word I could ever come up with, Greybeard, for this team. They are in pure pandemonium against this roster, and Ulta really seem to be completely struggling. They've only found 3 shots in this game compared to EXOLON's 7. However, an opportunity there. Endrick gets in the way of Ozan's shot despite the chaos of the demos coming out from both these sides. Avion, a bit of aerial space, doesn't have too much boost to work with here. You can see John was pieing down towards the demo attempt, but wasn't there in time before the touch came in, and eventually he is going to end up having to get the touch on defense. Floster puts it across the goal, looking for a teammate. Avion's going to be there, plays it towards the corner again, and there's been a trend of how this EXOLON like to play. Is playing towards the corner and set up Endrick, and a whiff. You heard Greybeard go, did you put your hand to your face as well? Because I surely did.
Hops, it's unfortunate, but you know what? It's a consequence of what we're seeing out there. The 4 goals, it just throws your entire game plan, because now you just feel like you got to throw everything at it, and all of your efforts are like, okay, maybe find a teammate, maybe get a soft touch, all just disappears. Now it's just boom the ball, get it out, let's try and make something happen, and then you whiff it like that, and it's certainly one of those games, and ultimately going to be one of those series, I think, for Ulta. And between series, because I'm assuming now, and doesn't that just sum up the night they've had?
And the save coming out from Endrick. He is the kryptonite to this Ulta side. He can score, he can save. Is there anything this man cannot do? And Asher comes in at the same time with 10 gifted stubs. This man is looking goated, and B-Shake scores onto his own net. He's had enough. He's ready for the bracket reset.
Oh dear, and it seems like they're wishing there was a forfeit button in the in competitions such as these, but they got to ride it out. And you know what? They're going to lose this. take the time, the minute and 20 remaining, to get yourselves reset. It is really hard, but you know what? It is. Our minds are the only thing we fully own, and how we frame things and how we approach and how we respond is what defines us in our journey through life. And they've got to take the minute that's left and get themselves right in the head and get themselves ready to take on this EXOLON team in the second best of 7.
What a showing from EXOLON. It's 7-0. That's it. You know, I really don't see the side of Alter bringing this back whatsoever. You know, and you know, I will truly eat my words, eat my chair if that does happen. But the way the EXOLON playing, they are scary sights. You can see NJ trying to find a bit of a cheeky redirect touch. Isn't going to transpire into anything either. Right now, it seems to be the Alter side just looking for a consolation goal, because if they don't score, it will be 9 unanswered goals, and 1 does go in, but it's 9 unanswered goals so far. Up until that one game for the side of EXOLON. Eventually 1 does go in, and with that, Masters gives another 10 subs. Thank you, Masters. You're an absolute legend. But the side of EXOLON, wow, it's the Brazil. That's what's happening.
So what I'm going to be looking to see here, you know, what makes, what separates good players from great players is how you deal with adversity. And my word, are they facing some adversity right now? Alta, they've been schooled here. They've been taken to the cleaners, and now they got to respond. They've got to come out here and dig deep and find some character. And that's what I'm going to be looking for in the second series, because you know they're not out of it yet. They win the next series, they are still the champions of Prospect. So they still have an advantage there. They just got to make it happen. And it's all in their court to find a way to respond. But in the meantime, what a performance from EXOLON. And in particular, the MVP of this game, and for my money, the MVP of the last 2 series, Hendrik.
Yeah, I completely agree with you. Another MVP has to go over to Vel the Fox, who donated another 10 subs. Guys, wow. Keep this hype train going. All and Avion. Oh my word.
2 things I'm looking for here. Hendrik, who has been such a sensational player, can his run continue? And then Ozan, can he shake off? Because he's had a very indifferent series. He's had great moments and a lot of very shaky moments. So will Hendrik keep up his pace? Will Ozan get back into it? It's so awkward. Oh, it's off the post. Golden opportunity for EXOLON has been let go.
And Hendrik being the one to play that just wide. He's been so clinical so far this series, this tournament. It's very odd to see him with it, but it is still EXOLON with all the pressure in the world. Off the backboard it goes again. Ozan is going to be the one to eventually clear his lines. B-Shape with a great job. Plays it around towards the backboard. A bit of a double commit comes out. Floster awkwardly aerialing it, but Hendrik able to recover and take it back to another 50-50. A shot on by Ozan. Immediately challenged. John is there to follow it up once again, but it's just the EXOLON defense. They seem to smother any opponent they come across. A bit of an awkward touch coming out from, I believe that was B-Shade. Set up an opportunity for EXOLON to build this attack here. Whiffs are happening left, right, and center. It's going to give B-Shade an opportunity to run away with this. Closer, fortunately, coming back to win that 50-50.
All right, but this is good. Can they make... Oh, a great work from Ozan, but both the players were way back in their own half. No one there to support Ozan in the pass. Perhaps a little bit low on boost, and now the long shot. Floster does get there and touch it away. But a positive period now for Altar. Can they make it count? Their big problem in the last series was not being able to convert. They want to change this now. They've got another opportunity down off the backboard, and again, no one there to bang in the rebound.
Yeah, and it's been a constant thing that Alter not having that second player to follow up shots. It's been an issue indeed, and once again it's B-Shape just on his own in the EXOLON half. He set up a Brian shooting opportunity for one of his teammates, but neither of them there really to take it on board. But a whiff comes out. John's going to hit the shot, but Floster with another save to his name. He already has 2 of them, and it's still 0-0. We're approaching the halfway mark, and neither team breaking the other's defense down just of yet, but EXOLON have the ball and they're going forward.
I was trying to remember. We had a goalless overtime, but that was in the lower bracket, and so it hasn't happened here. But it may do here, although I'm probably speaking a little too soon. We got a massive amount of time. There's an open net, but B-Shake has gotten back and will get the touch. Endrick almost setting up something quite threatening there. And now EXOLON pushing, looking for an opportunity. Avion, it's going to go high and loose. Endrick! Oh, and the bouncer goes high, and B-Shake somehow keeps it out.
Oh, is that not gone in? Endrick is looking even more threatening with every passing moment. Yet to find the finish, but it just feels like a matter of time until one of those goes in. John's going to put pressure to win 50 by Avion, and how on earth has that gone in after all of the scary moments? A 50-50 win, and it is off Ozon again. This man is having a series to forget.
He's having a tough one. Okay, so, all right, let's look for the positives. What are the positives here for Altar? They've had good moments in attack, not converted yet, and they've got time. It's only one goal, and for as long as it is one goal, anything can happen, but now it is 2 goals! Avion will double up very quickly.
I mean, Avion just doing all the work, and John was under a little bit of pressure from Endrick, who was right next to Avion. He knew how to avoid the bump, and subsequently was left in a bit of an awkward start position, giving Avion plethora of time to go forward and finish that shot. But an opportunity here by John. It's saved by the second goal scorer, Mr. Avion, to keep that out. As he is now going to play it off the side corner, gets the second touch, but it's straight into the line of John. To knock into the corner, Alta have an opportunity to build here, but it's so quickly cut out by EXOLON, who put it towards the back board. It's just off the crossbar, cannot be dropped in. Unfortunate shot there, but it's still EXOLON with all the pressure in the world. John does eventually deal with it, with the midfield control by Endrick proving quite difficult to overcome.
All right, and the tough night is getting a little tougher here, although a big mistake there might open up something here, but Alta just having the toughest time. It's like they almost believe they can't score. Every attempt is it's just eluding them, and every time it happens, you feel it gets harder and harder for them to find the back of the net.
It really is. I completely agree with you. John now looking to track the ball. It's cut out by Avion. Oh, what a cut! Just give him the goal already. Stamp it on his hands, and usually it is Endrick the one scoring the plethora of goals, but Avion has said, listen, give me the reins for a second, because I want my hat-trick.
Yeah, Avion, who's got a bit of a record of the sniping goals, you know, the dispossessing the opponent off their roof or getting in front and sniping a goal that way. This time, a nice little bit of ground control, gets him round the defender, takes it into the net. He gets the hat-trick, and EXOLON continue to look solid.
They really do. A great demo by B-Shake onto Avion, who was that third man, but again, no shot coming out from the Alta's side. They're so worried about EXOLON's counter-attack and offensive prowess. They really don't give themselves any room to go forward on an offense, despite finding themselves with shooting opportunities. With the clock ticking, with the position in the goal line like it is, this game, it's excellent. It's all but over. EXOLON will go up 1-0 in the second best of 7 of this grand final.
My word, have they made themselves a statement. 4-1 in that first best of 7. They have come out, and let's remember, the opening game of that first best of 7 was really close. It was a tight game that EXOLON found a way to win. This time, it wasn't close. Alta had moments, but EXOLON 3-0. They were in charge of game 1, and right now, they're in charge of this series, which means they're in charge of becoming champions. The Kosh here, they are under such pressure, and away they go. Let's go, Commandos. It's howling time. EXOLON will looking to continue their march to being champions. Alta looking to get themselves, shake off what has been a tough night and get themselves back in front, back into this championship.
100%. A long sniping attempt does come out. Floster is there, puts it wide, but it is eventually going to go in. Off the bonnet of Ozon. It's a great response coming out from Alta. Floster was last player back for a while, and you have to say it was shaky there. John and Ozon both going for the shot, but nonetheless, it ended up in the back of the net. and that's what counts. Ulta will eventually find themselves with a lead after what feels like an eternity from being playing from behind. It's a good job they're doing so, as EXOLON are looking to press out of their half and formulate some sort of counter-attack, but Ozon's going to cut that out. Bruce going to try and snipe a shot, but John's going to get back just in a nick of time. However, everyone's there for the follow-up.
And Avion looking to carry on his run here. And it was a good start for Ulta. Terrible touch there from John. Ozon scoring the goal, and the placebo is often changing your car, and the placebo of placebo is changing the decal, which is what Ozon did. It worked for the goal, hasn't worked in defense. Level game 40 seconds in.
Yeah, and you know, defense wins you games at the end of it, especially with the side of EXOLON breathing down your neck. If you can keep them out to strong possibility, you may well be able to score, but then saying that, Ulta have struggled in both ends of things right now. And that may not, well, it's not down to them playing badly or being a bad team. I think it's just down to how good EXOLON are playing.
They have had just an astonishingly good night, haven't they? They've played fantastically. You know, if we go back to, I think they've dropped like 2 or 3 games in 3 or 4 series. It's ridiculous, their record right now.
It really is. I mean, coming into this, Ulta probably the clear favourites, only dropping 2 games throughout their whole run in playoffs. They're here staring down the barrel of an EXOLON side who really, really want this title. Everyone is going to eventually find that clearance in passer of Floster. John's eventually going to take a bit of aerial time, can't get the best of control, and subsequently Avon's going to get that catcher. Floster going around 1, gets the boost stoken away from him by his teammate. Avion trying to force the challenge. 3 minutes on the clock, lots to do here. Endrick is going to be the initial attack man. Pops it down for Avion, who just sends it a minuscule wide. And subsequently, one apiece still. There was a prime opportunity, but Avion with another shot, and this time it was pinpoint accurate.
My word, I really thought Ulta were on the road back here, but my goodness, Floster into the middle, and Avion, who I think, to my mind, has been the quietest player on EXOLON the entire night, and the last 2 games, the man has thrown off the covers and is all over the place and making his presence very, very obvious.
I mean, what is scary is that Endrick's popping off, Avion's popping off, and so is Floster. They all seem to be able to do everything so perfectly, and I think we're not giving Floster enough attention of this EXOLON roster. He has been such a pivotal 3rd man for his side. He's actually going to be rewarded with a goal off the back of a double whiff of the side of Ulta.
Oh man, and EXOLON's march continues, and the pain for Ulta just gets a little worse.
Yeah. Oh, my whiff is all you can say. From the side of EXOLON, each player playing their role to perfection at this moment. Avon trying to open up for the 4th goal. We've just crossed the halfway marker. Can any of these teams actually do anything with it the last remaining times? It does look like EXOLON is the favourite to do so, but it does say that the side of Ulta have an opportunity here to actually bring this back. They're going to have to start capitalising on their opportunities. One is here. It's taken away by Endrick very quickly. He's going to send flying down the field. It's going to be challenged up by Avion quickly. Then he's opened things up. Endrick decides to pop it high. I don't think he had the angle, so it's a good decision. And Floster's going to be there for the shot. And, great bit. What more can we say right now?
Not much. Ozon's shocker continues looking to clear, smacks it off the ceiling. Floster just suddenly sees a ball in front of him that, and just beyond that, an open net. So easy peasy, quick as you like. It's 4-1, and I just think at this stage, okay, they're going to get one back. Maybe this turns around, but for the most part, they just look like they're out of ideas.
Yeah, I mean, the empty Endrick was trying to go for that corner boost. Interestingly enough, I think it was a 50-50 decision, but it did open things up for B Shaker to put that goal in. Only 3 shots for the side of Ulta, 6 on the side of EXOLON. Make that a 7th. As Endrick was trying to be there to slot that in. John now does whiff the ball in the midfield. A double commit happening coming out from the side of EXOLON. Goes on left for the pass over to B-Shape. B-Shape back over to John. John with the shot, but John shot a bit wide and straight onto the car of one of the EXOLON players, and Endrick looking to do something with this ball. Decides to go late, and a great touch it was. Plays it around Ozan. Avion's shot not going to transpire into anything either.
All right, a minute 15 left. It is Ulta chasing the game as they have been for so often. Ozan! Ozan! Ozan finds the net. I thought for a second it was going to be a shot too soft. Lovely setup from John. Lovely demo from B-Shake. And the touch top right corner for Ozan. It's now just a 1-goal game and time to level it up.
Yeah, I mean, this has definitely opened the scoring books for the side of Ulta. Where they've struggled before, they're not struggling now. Do they have everyone in them? Have they got the mental fortitude to keep on pushing? We would have seen that minute remaining pop up for them, so the pressure will definitely be building. Endrick with a lovely touch over Ozan. As B-Shake plays it into the corner. Endrick plays it around one, leaves it for the second touch, giving everyone just the opportunity to pop it forward. It's forcing chaos and pandemonium on the defensive side of the side of Ulta. Also does keep the attack alive, pops it towards the corner. Ozan is there, sends it long and towards the net. Fortunately for the side of EXOLON, one of the players was there. The shot out again, but Frooster with another brilliant save.
And has that done it? Oh my word, John does get the clear. It's a bit of a nervy one and he can't keep control. Avion gets in front of it. 15 seconds to go. Can they finally put a stop to the rot here and get themselves back in? John has got it past one. There's an open net for the briefest moment. Oh, John doesn't keep control of the ball. He loses the opportunity, and that might just be the opportunity that sees the end for them. Oh dear, they came close here, Hops, but not close enough.
Oh my word. That is heartbreaking for John. As you said, that was a prime opportunity for him and his squad to send it to an overtime. All he had to do was dribble. That's all he had to do. He had to keep in control. All he had to shoot. I don't know what happened, but panic set in.
They made a good run. They came from 4-1. They got it to 4-3. Almost found a way in, but fell short. So, again, and we said this in the last series, they've got the capacity. They're a #1 team in their conference. They've got to know that they can turn this around. But it's easier said than done. The mind is a vicious little enemy sometimes.
Oh
my goodness, Hendrik. Okay. I think we're done here. We're done here. Look at this. Oh God. Honestly, give that man the prize, give him the money, let's all go home. And you know what? That sums up their night, isn't it? EXOLON, their train continues.
I don't really know what more to say. Endrick, we called him out for being our MVP, and he really showing it then. He finds a musty flick dunk finish there in your grand final, let alone in the second best of 7 after a bracket. I mean, exactly, how confident?
I mean, how confident do you have to be in a bracket reset situation? Okay, John's going to find a return. Thankfully, there's a level game. Maybe a little bit of fight left, but in the meantime, how confident you got to be in a best of 7? You're going for the championship. Yeah, I'm just going to pull out a shot like that.
It is ridiculous. The confidence of this man, and also the mechanical skill to execute something like that at such short notice. It really is unprecedented. But we're still now tied 1 apiece. 4 minutes on the clock. Ulta still definitely got a room to move forward here, but Avion and Flows are trying to work together to put their second goal in. Not going to work into anything. Endrick going to put it long towards where B-Shake is waiting. Floster back across the net it goes. What Endrick, as they seem to be playing tennis in the Ulta half right now. It's not going to transpire into anything. A good demo onto Avion by Ozan is going to slow things down momentarily, with John catching on the backboard. However, a good 50-50 win allows Endrick to play off the backboard once again. However, a good decision from Avion to wait for a second. And it looks like the defense just panicked with that ball dropping towards Avion's shot.
But look at Foster. That was so savage. I mean, he just beelined. It was like, I want to do one thing, and that's kill that guy, and he did that.
I'm sure there's some sort of hunting laws in some country that the RSC represents, which that's breaching, because that really was inhumane. Oh my word.
Illegal in 12 countries.
Yeah, illegal in 12 countries. That was what Floster's demo is. However, John does get one back. There's a little bit of revenge. A nice pinch coming out from B-Shake. Floster's already up for it. Plays it back into the opposite corner. It's such a trend of the... Oh, just wide. However, the Floster's there. It's 3-1 for EXOLON. This side of Alter, I mean, really, what more can they do at this stage but pray at said Alter and hope for some sort of miracle?
Yeah, no, but you know what? The massive EXOLON. We said it in the lower bracket final. They find a way to win, and they have just grown. I mean, their confidence right now is so ridiculous. They are picking apart this Alter team. No matter what they do, they've got the answer. You know, when they make mistakes. Look at this. Oh no, John now with another miss. And you know what? The shot from Endrick, it probably sums up their night. What we have just seen from John, I think, is summing up Alter. It's just so frustrating.
It is, and John has been such a staple of this prospect here at being able to score. Yet when it comes to this moment where he really needs to put them away, he just seems to be struggling at that final hurdle. Ozon is going to go off the backboard, but only has 14 boosts to work with, and the boost starving from the EXOLON side has been absolutely incredible. And another goal. It's 4-1, and it's still 2 minutes and 10 seconds left on the clock, and I'm not so much thinking about Alter coming back into the game. I'm more thinking about how many goals are EXOLON going to score.
Yeah, well, you know what? They've been a slow building freight train. And, you know, they started off at a sort of medium pace, and as it has gone, it is building more and more speed. And you feel they've reached that point where even if you throw a massive barrier in their way, the sheer momentum is going to get them over the finish line. They just look almost impossible to stop. And if they pull off this bracket reset, what an astonishing night it will be for them.
It really will be. B-Shake hesitating once again with an opportunity to put a potential goal in. Avion's going to fire one towards the back of net. John is going to keep that out of his own net momentarily. It's close to cross it towards the center, but rotations are already there for the side of EXOLON to mitigate any sort of counter-attack. Endrick looking for the challenge. B-Shake's going to be there. And Avion's once again trying to set something up. Oh my, what a bump! If Flows to put that in, that would have been obscene.
My word, a minute 15, and just no answers forthcoming from the Alter team right now. Every effort they make, there's someone from EXOLON is there to defend it, to touch it out, to move it into an attacking position on the other side. They've got 4. They don't need to score again. I'm sure they will be looking to score again. They might as well drive it home with their advantageous position. B-Shake is trying his heart out there, but it's just not happening for him. It's not happening for Ozon, nor is it happening for John.
Ozon yet to break 100 points as well. And, I mean, just shows the impact, and the amount of touches he's getting on the ball is just, you know, almost none at this stage. On the flip side of things, Avion approaching 500 points in this game number 3. It is so impressive to see Floster getting a lovely touch. B-Shape whiffing an open net shot. Definitely going to leave a dent in his mindset. But with the clock ticking, I think the side of EXOLON, they are going on to match point of the second best of 7 after bracket resetting Alter, making their way through the whole of the lower bracket. They are finding themselves one game away from winning it on.
Well, this was the game that Alter won in the last series. They won game 3. They failed to do that here, and they are now staring down. Well, we thought it was a hard job for them before. I mean, it's now a reverse sweep in a best of 7, which we've already said is really, really tough. But somehow, I mean, right now you just don't see it happening, do you, Hops? But, you know, straight
win this, it'll be mirroring score lines in those 2 bracket resets, which is quite incredible.
All right, well, here we are. This is Game 7, do or die for Alter. Their long season in RSC9 going to come to an end here unless they dig deep and find a way through. Change things up, take the game to EXOLON, and make them sweat.
100%. John trying to lead the charge here. Ozon with the initial challenge. Hendrik is going to be there off the ceiling. Floster does get the demo onto Ozan, but can't find the shot to go up with it. Hendrik in the air, he's been so dangerous, does find the flip reset, but can't find an effective angle to utilize it. And subsequently, though, Floster finds himself in the corner. An early shot is there. Nice save coming out from Ozan as John going to try and find a long-range shot, but Hendrik already ready for it. B-Shape with a lovely win, looking for the double tap, can't find it. As Floster denying any sort of attempt.
And I do feel that Alta scoring first is going to be really important. I just think oh my word, but as I say that, Avion is going to do exactly that job on the other side and get EXOLON in front first. Oh, and the heads of Alta might just drop right now.
Yeah, it is now looking even more dire. I think if they want any sort of hope to invest into it, they have to score soon. They have to equalise soon. Could that long shot be it? No, Floster with an absolutely reactive touch to take that away. B-Shake, even John can't actually find the recovery on it either. And so subsequently, that attack going to fall to pieces. B-Shake trying to do something, but already the rotations for EXOLON there. Oza can put that in, however. It's a double commit mistake coming out from the side of EXOLON. Is going to open up the net, and they do find that equaliser quickly. It was off the back of a mistake from EXOLON, but it is done and dusted. Alta, this is it. This is where you need to make your mark.
The defensive double commit team bumper rarely ends well for your team. So a little bit of a window of opportunity, maybe a crack in the door for them to find, to squeeze, to scrape. They're way back in. They're going to take a lead. Ozan gets a second. And how long has it been since we've seen a lead from this team? But can they hold on?
Ozan stepping it up for his side. He's got the 2 goals. And maybe he has woken up finally. I'm actually looking at it. He's got nice low ping. I think he's potentially had higher ping in the previous matchups. So maybe, just maybe, he is the missing piece that this Alta side have been looking for. Because right now they have opportunity here to take this game. But EXOLON, they've got 3 minutes on the clock. So time is in their hand. And Floster doing Floster things is going to equalize it to a piece.
What a performance. Look at this. The control, the touch there to get around the defender, the pickup, the catch, the control, the flick around. He beat the entire Alta team right there.
Incredible. I mean, he hasn't been a standout offender, an attacker for this side. He's predominantly been that third man, but obviously he's showing that he can do it. It's like along with the best of them. And he set things up, and Avion almost finding the read. Can't do so. Just whiffs the ball slightly. B-Shape does get the demo onto Hendrik as the ball flies into the corner of Hendrik's spawn. John now can't get the touch. He does whiff it. Ozan going to play it towards the backboard. And do it with a bit of an awkward touch. Fortunately for him, Floster was there. Back down to Hendrik, who sends it to fly into the opposite corner. As right now, EXOLON look to build some sort of attack, but it's quelled very quickly this time by the Alta roster.
All right, well, it is level, at least for the Alta team. They're not chasing the game. Are they going to take another lead? They will. John finds a way through, and for the second time in the game, they have a lead.
This is looking so much more promising for Alta. Whatever was said in that VC during that break between games number 3 and this, they definitely worked. It got underneath their skin. Can they hold on, though? That is the big question. John trying to do exactly that. Sets up B-Shape with the shot, and it's a 4-2 lead. Alta!
Okay. So are we about to witness some madness here, Hobbs? That great play, and this is looking a little bit like the Alta of the first game of the first series, which was probably their best period of play. The opening minute and a half they had there. Okay. So they've got some life. They have a 2-goal lead. What a luxury for them. They've got to hold on to this now.
Cushion is becoming comfier and comfier. The team bomb comes out. Avion tried to find the shot, but it's just a bit high. And subsequently, the other side of EXOLON yet to bring one back. They are 4-2 down currently. As B-Shake is going to be there for the catch. He's going to take his time, puts it over one. Hendrik's going to be back, plays it towards his corner. The great touch coming out from Avion to give Hendrik a bit more time and space. Hendrik able to pick up the booster, gets the catch, almost plays it into the back of the net as he beats the first defender. Oh, well, the second one was going to have absolutely none of it. Is now we're approaching just under a minute and a half left. And this side of Ultra definitely have woken up within the last couple of minutes.
Yeah, it's been a great turnaround. Suddenly they're getting to the ball first. Suddenly they're winning a few challenges. Suddenly they're getting back into position in time. It's amazing how things can turn around. But let's not get too ahead of ourselves. The bump play, it's savage and brutal, and it gets it to within 1 goal.
That's a brilliant play. Arion and Hendrik once again linking up so well. They've done it all season long, all series long. You have to say it, both for the players and the runnings for MVP. But the side of Ultra, they've still got a lead here. Can they hold on to it? It's a minute left here. Still plenty of time. It's only a 1-goal lead, but they have held on to it for so long so far. Is it going to be it? Oh, a clearance job, but B-Shake gets back just in the nick of time.
He seemed to extend the nose. Oh no, Flowster. Oh dear, and oh no. And is this EXOLON looking to extinguish the tiny little flame of hope that sparked within Ulta?
I think that may well be the case. They've whipped out their fire extinguisher. They've set it to the max. They are blowing the smoke straight down Ulta's face here. As Flowster is going to get a touch to the corner. B-Shake, though, gets the catch. Nicely done from him. Hendrik, he's up. Can't bet an effective touch. Decides to play it to the corner. Yes, a demo onto John, who just to slow down the counter-attack, but B-Shake's wanting to press forward with it. A brilliant 50-50 win towards the center. Flowster is already there, and Hendrik's going to find the clearance in respective. Ozan, though, his touch goes way AWOL. Hendrik with the redirect, can't find the angle. Was a tough one. And it's a 1 second left. It's at the 0 second mark. The ball is still up. It looks like it's going to be killed, and yes, it is. We have an overtime for EXOLON to either win it or Ultra to take it to a game number 5.
Oh man, this is so harsh. It's such a tough game. Oh no, this is it. It's all done. Surely. What? How? Hendrik has a rare moment of madness and somehow doesn't turn that into the net. Ulta survive, and if they somehow survive this overtime, they have to do this 3 more times.
It's so scary. However, 1 goal at a time. John looking to set it up. A bit of a whiff happening. Oh my lord! That was Ozan. Could not get there in time to put that away. EXOLON under a lot of pressure in their own half. They've been given a lot of time here. Bisha with a huge demo. John's going to play it forward. Flowster does get a touch to his own backboard. Ozan's touch going to go a bit astray. There's John trying to keep it alive. Bisha's going to be there off the backboard. It goes once more. However, nobody from the side of Ulta able to follow it up. The side of Ulta really starting to press here. They do not want to go home yet.
Yeah, and it's going to crush them if they concede this pressure and then get countered. And it does look like EXOLON are now moving their way forward. Hendrik is upfield. He's trying to make disruptive play. Avion trying to get it in front. John will get the clear. It was a good build-up play. It was looking dangerous and threatening, but they've cleared it, and now John can't get the pass in front. And we're at a minute and a half of overtime, and it is unrelenting for the moment.
It really is. There's a great pass down to Ozan, but it's saved by Flowster. The ball was soaring in the right direction for Ulta. They're still here building up defense. The EXOLON defense holding very, very well. B-Shake in that corner, only 26 boosts to work with. Avion forcing the 50-50, giving Flowster an opportunity to break away, along with Hendrik, who sends it to the mirroring corner of the side of Ulta. A bit of an awkward landing onto B-Shake, and a whiff coming out from John. Ozan, they're able to read it nicely, and subsequently does get the touch. He was looking a bit shaky there. A good passing play coming out between Flowster and Hendrik. Doesn't going to work into anything, but another demo coming out, and it's something that the side of EXOLON are using a lot right now.
All right, well, we've had a half of an entire Rocket League game just over here in the overtime. 8 goals, high-scoring game, a game which Ulta feel they should have taken down in regulation, but they gave up 2 goals late to get it leveled up and find themselves in overtime. Ozan's made a mistake. Endrick trying to get it around the corner. B-Shake there with the read, but not far enough. There's been a demo in defense, but Floster will get there! He gets there, he finishes it off. EXOLON are the champions!
EXOLON will be your grand champions. It isn't the player who has scored every goal. It isn't the player who has been doing the highlight players, but Floster, he has been an anchor. He has been that third man, so reliable for Endrick and Avion, and he will be rewarded with a hat-trick in this final game. He had 5 shots, 3 saves, 3 goals, and oh my words, your champions.
Hops, I thought you...
Avion and Floster.
I honestly thought you had lost your mind when you made that prediction of EXOLON taking the bracket reset. And you know what? You did...
Everyone in high school doubted me. Woke up to a text, said they're proud of me. Everyone in high school doubted me. Woke up to a track, now they're proud of me. Everyone in high school doubted me. Woke up to a text, say they're proud of me. Woke up to a text, say they're proud of me. Say they're proud of me. Go to prom night, high school, I might get it. I can't leave till